Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about dinking. What's dinking? Well, dinking's putting a hole in a record so that you can put it in a jukebox. The problem is with modern records is they tend to be a solid record with just a small hole, and the jukebox will only accept ones with the larger hole, like so. If you're lucky, you can pick up ones that have already been dinked, as the term is called. But if not, you have to cut them. Or sometimes you have the ability to actually cut out the centre, like this one, where you can just snip out the little holding thing. That pops out, and away you go. You've got a nice clean circle. The problem is, like I say, most records tend to have this type of centre, and certainly anything that's new now does tend to have a solid centre. So that means if you want a new record, or if you want to use a record that's not been dinked, you've got to cut it. The problem is, when you use something like a hole drill like this, you have to try and keep the drill dead centre, as smooth as you can. Otherwise, what you end up with is slightly off centre cut, or even worse, an even bigger cut, which, when you put it on the record player, will make the sound go really bad. So what I've done is I've managed to obtain this that is quite expensive. It's available here in the UK. It cost me £70, £69.99, and what it does is it has a block of wood essentially with a metal spindle which you put the record on, and then you have a drill which has a hole in the middle of it which will then locate exactly centre. So the idea being that you end up with a fully centred record. Now, I haven't tried this yet, so this is the very first time, and the record that I'm going to, the victim, should I say, is going to be Big Fun's Blame It on the Boogie. It's an old record that I've got kicking about that I actually have another copy, so it's not the end of the world if it goes wrong. I've seen on YouTube various people trying to do this with other methods, a circle crimping type of tool that's used for plumbing, and also I've used in the past a circle cutting, but it just leaves a very rough edge, and as I said, you end up off centre. So because I have some new records, some very expensive records that I want to put a hole in, I've gone out and I've bought a new dinker. So the record goes on there, and hopefully, all being well, we should get a nice clean central hole in the record, which will play lovely, hopefully. The idea is that what you do is you locate that on the base spindle, hold the record. I'm using a microfiber cloth, because you don't really want to touch the record if you can get away with it. So score through the paper on that side is how apparently you're supposed to do it. Then flip the record over. locate the drill in the centre again. It's not coming out very well at the moment. Try it the other side again. It's slipping in the drill. Just try tightening the chuck up a bit. So that's ended up with quite a nice score on the centre. I'm going to turn it round and do the other side. And there we have it. It's just gone through just then. And that has actually left it with a really nice clean edge. Much cleaner than, say for example, this one, which you can see old Chesney's, it's all burred and it's all melted out. Whereas this has ended up with a nice clean edge. But yes, proof in the pudding will be to pop it in the machine. Not bad, I suppose. Now, like I say, you can just use a normal 38mm drill bit, but as I said, the problem is that it's very difficult to keep it centre. This item, although expensive, seems to do the job. Now, I've got a few more to do, and one of them is a very expensive record. It's very sought after, and I managed to obtain one from America last year. And it's Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. You wouldn't think it'd be that expensive, but it's approximately £40 worth of record. So that's the reason why I wanted to buy something like this. Because if you're going to devalue a record, you might as well devalue it properly. I've also got a new Kylie Minogue record that I'm going to do the same. And this one, in actual fact, is red vinyl. So, if you want to see these have holes put in them, then join me on the next video. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.